Most people work their entire lives depending on one single source of income, a paycheck. And here's the scary part, if that paycheck stops, everything stops. Meanwhile, the wealthy play an entirely different game. The average millionaire doesn't just have one way to earn, they have seven streams of income flowing into their life like multiple rivers filling a giant lake. That's how they build wealth that lasts through recessions, job losses, and market crashes. Tonight, I'm going to share with you 5 of the most powerful income streams the wealthy rely on, and exactly how you can start building them yourself, step by step. Before we dive in, let's get real for a moment. Relying on a single paycheck is like standing on a one-legged stool. It feels stable until something shifts. I know this because I used to live it. I worked hard, paid my bills, and thought saving a little was enough. But every time a car broke down, or an unexpected bill came in, I felt that panic. That's when I started studying how wealthy people actually build their safety nets. And what I discovered changed my life. They don't chase get-rich-quick schemes. They build streams, multiple, steady flows of money. In this video, I'll guide you through each of the 5 streams, share real examples, and give you practical steps to start building your own. Grab a notebook, because this is a roadmap you can use for the rest of your life. Alright, let's start with the first and most familiar income stream, the one most of us already depend on every single day. Earned income. This is the money you receive from actively working. Your job, your salary, your hourly wage, or even freelance gigs. But here's what separates wealthy people from everyone else. They don't just work for earned income, they maximize it. Why earned income matters? You might be thinking, isn't earned income what everyone already has? Yes, but it's also the foundation of every other stream of wealth. Your earned income is what gives you the fuel to invest, to start a business, to create passive income later. The problem is, most people stop here. They get a paycheck and think, that's enough. Wealthy people think differently. They treat their earned income as a tool to build something bigger. Increase your value. The wealthy don't just hope for a raise, they earn it strategically. Here's the mindset shift. I don't get paid for my time. I get paid for the value I create. Ask yourself, what skill can I add this year that doubles my value in the marketplace? Maybe it's public speaking, data analysis, coding, digital marketing, negotiation, or even leadership training. A single high-value skill can transform a $40,000 salary into $80,000 or more. That's not luck, that's leverage. Negotiate like the wealthy. Most people never negotiate their salary. They accept the first offer and hope for a raise. Wealthy people? They research, prepare, and ask for more, politely but firmly. Before your next job interview or performance review, study salary data. Sites like Glassdoor or LinkedIn give you the numbers. Then, practice your pitch. Remember, you're not begging. You're presenting evidence of the value you bring. Even a 5% raise negotiated today can add tens of thousands of dollars to your lifetime earnings. Costs low. One of the biggest fears people have is money. I can't start a business because I don't have thousands of dollars. But we live in the best time in history to start cheap. You can launch an online store with less than $50 using platforms like Shopify or Etsy. You can start a service business with a free Instagram page and a phone. You can write an ebook with nothing more than a laptop. The wealthy focus on cash flow first. Not fancy offices, not expensive equipment. Make your first sale, then reinvest the profits. Automate and scale. Here's the real secret to turning a side hustle into wealth: automation and delegation. Wealthy entrepreneurs build systems so the business runs even when they're not there. Hire freelancers or part-time help to take over routine tasks. Use software to automate emails, payments, or scheduling. Create digital products that sell 24/7. Your goal is to create a machine that earns while you sleep. Let me give you a real example. I know someone who started selling custom t-shirts online. They began with one design, printed on demand, no inventory. First month? Just $80 profit. A year later? Over $4,000 per month, all automated. They kept their day job the entire time. That's the power of business income. It grows beyond your hours. Common fears and how to overcome them. Maybe you're thinking, what if I fail? What if nobody buys? Here's the truth. Every successful entrepreneur has failed at something. The difference is, they learn fast and keep going. Start small, fail small, learn fast. That's the formula. Remember, business income isn't about quitting your job overnight. It's about building a second engine of income that you control. Even a small side business earning $500 a month is powerful. That's $6,000 a year you can invest, save, or use to pay down debt. And as it grows, it can become a full-time source of freedom. So far, we've talked about earned income, where you trade skills for money, and business income, where you create money through systems. But now it's time to talk about the income stream that quietly builds the majority of millionaire fortunes. Investment income. This is where your money starts working harder than you do. We've covered how to earn more and how to build a business that can scale. Now let's talk about the stream that truly builds long-term wealth. Investment income. This is the money your money makes for you. Instead of trading time for dollars, you put dollars to work, and they bring back more dollars. Wealthy people love this stream because it can grow quietly, even while you sleep. Why investment income is essential. Here's a fact. You will never get rich on wages alone. Even with a high-paying job, you're limited by hours in a day. Investments break that limit. They let your money earn more money, over and over, through the magic of compounding. Albert Einstein famously called compounding the eighth wonder of the world. The earlier you start, the more powerful it becomes. Understand the vehicles. Let's break it down. Investment income can come from stocks, owning small pieces of companies that pay dividends and grow in value. Index funds and ETFs, simple baskets of stocks that track the market. Bonds, lending money to governments or companies for interest. REITs, real estate investment trusts that pay you rental income without buying property. Dividend stocks, companies that share their profits with investors regularly. Wealthy people don't gamble. They choose investments with steady, long-term potential. The power of compounding. Let's say you invest just $200 a month into a broad market index fund. At a 7% average return, after 10 years you'll have about $34,000. After 20 years? $98,000. After 30 years? Over $228,000. That's not magic, it's math. Your money earns interest, that interest earns more interest. And the cycle keeps repeating. Start small, start now. People often say, I'll invest when I have more money. But wealthy people know it's not about the amount, it's about the habit. Even $20 or $50 a week matters. Use beginner-friendly apps like Robinhood, Fidelity, or Vanguard. Automate the process so every month, money flows directly into your investments. Think long-term. Millionaires don't panic when the market dips. They see downturns as discounts. If you stay invested through ups and downs, history shows the market grows over time. The key is patience. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market. Reinvest your earnings. When you receive dividends or profits, don't spend them, reinvest. Reinvesting accelerates compounding, creating a snowball effect. The wealthy rarely cash out early. They let the snowball roll. Consider this. A janitor named Ronald Reed quietly invested small amounts of money in blue-chip stocks for decades. He lived simply, reinvested every dividend, and by the time he passed away, he left an $8 million fortune. No lottery. No inheritance. Just consistent investing. Avoid these traps. 3 things to avoid. High fees. Choose low-cost index funds. Fees eat into your growth. Get-rich-quick schemes. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Emotional decisions. Don't buy or sell based on fear or hype. Think of every invested dollar as a tiny employee. Your job is to hire as many of these employees as possible, because they work 24/7 and never ask for a raise. So far, you've learned how to earn, how to build a business, and how to make your money work for you in the markets. Now, let's explore a stream that's been creating millionaires for centuries: real estate income. This is where you can combine leverage, appreciation, and cash flow to build wealth you can actually see. Stream 4, real estate income. We've talked about putting your money to work in the stock market. Now let's move into a stream of income you can touch, see, and walk through: real estate income. For centuries, real estate has been one of the most reliable paths to wealth. And the reason is simple. People will always need a place to live, work, and do business. The wealthy use real estate not just for appreciation, but for cash flow and leverage, 2 powerful wealth builders. Why real estate matters. Real estate gives you 3 things at once. 1. Cash flow, rent payments that come in every month. 2. Appreciation. Properties tend to rise in value over time. 3. Leverage, the ability to use borrowed money to buy an asset that grows in value. This combination allows regular people to create millionaire-level wealth, even starting with a modest salary. Understand your options. You don't have to buy a giant apartment complex to earn real estate income. There are different paths. Rental properties, buy a house, condo, or duplex and rent it out for monthly cash flow. House hacking, live in one part of a property while renting the other to cover your mortgage. REITs, real estate investment trusts that let you invest in real estate through the stock market, no landlord duties required. Short-term rentals, platforms like Airbnb can turn a spare room into a steady income source. Wealthy people often start small, then scale up. Cash flow first. When investing in property, focus on cash flow, money left over each month after expenses. A property isn't truly an asset if it costs you money every month. Run the numbers carefully. Mortgage, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, vacancy rates. If the rent comfortably covers these costs and leaves profit, you've found a winner. Use leverage wisely. Real estate is one of the few investments where banks will lend you most of the purchase price. This leverage allows you to control a large asset with a relatively small down payment. For example, a $20,000 down payment could help you buy a $200,000 property that appreciates and produces rent. Leverage cuts both ways. That's why wealthy investors always keep reserves for repairs and vacancies. Long-term wealth through appreciation. Example, spend 3 months creating an online course. Once it's live, hundreds or thousands of people can buy it over the next few years. The wealthy focus on creating assets that can be sold repeatedly without additional effort. Over decades, real estate tends to rise in value. Even modest annual growth adds up. A $200,000 property appreciating at just 3% per year could be worth nearly $360,000 in 20 years, not including rent collected along the way. That's why many millionaires simply buy, hold, and let time do the heavy lifting. Tax advantages. Here's a secret the wealthy love. Real estate offers some of the best tax breaks available. Mortgage interest deductions, depreciation write-offs, 1,031 exchanges to defer capital gains. These benefits mean you keep more of what you earn, money that can be reinvested into more properties. Take this example. A young couple bought a small duplex, living in one unit and renting out the other. Their tenant's rent covered most of the mortgage. After 5 years, they refinanced, used the equity to buy another property, and repeated the process. 10 years later, they own 4 cash-flowing properties, financial freedom achieved before age 40. Common pitfalls. Before you rush out to buy property, avoid these mistakes. Overpaying because of emotions. Ignoring hidden costs like repairs or vacancies. Failing to research the neighborhood or tenant laws. Wealthy investors treat real estate like a business. They run the numbers first and only buy if it makes financial sense. Think of real estate as more than just a house. It's a money machine, one that pays you monthly, grows in value, and offers tax advantages. Start small. Maybe it's a single rental or even a REIT, but start. The sooner you begin, the sooner time and appreciation can work in your favor. So far, you've learned how to earn income, build a business, grow investments, and profit from real estate. But there's one more income stream the wealthy absolutely love: passive or residual income. This is the ultimate goal, income that flows to you automatically, long after the initial work is done. Stream 5, passive/residual income. We've explored earned income, business income, investments, and real estate. Each of these can help you build wealth. But now we arrive at the stream that truly feels like freedom, passive or residual income. This is money that keeps coming in long after you've finished the work. Wealthy people chase this because it buys the most valuable thing in the world: time. What is passive income? Passive income means setting up a system or asset once and then receiving ongoing income with little to no daily effort. It's not about doing nothing, it's about doing the work up front so you can reap the rewards again and again. Imagine earning money while you sleep, travel, or spend time with family. That's the power of residual income. Common passive income streams. Here are some of the most popular ways wealthy people create passive income. Royalties, earn money from books, music, photography, or patents. Digital products, online courses, ebooks, stock photos, or templates that sell repeatedly. Affiliate marketing, earn a commission for recommending products or services online. Licensing, license your artwork, software, or inventions for ongoing fees. Advertising revenue, from YouTube videos, blogs, or podcasts. Each of these can start small but scale massively over time. Choose your platform. The wealthy pick a platform that matches their skills. Writers might create ebooks or courses. Creators might build a YouTube channel. Tech-savvy people might develop apps. You don't need to be an expert in everything. Just choose a space where your talent or knowledge can shine. Once, sell forever. Here's the key difference between passive income and a job. With a job, you get paid once for each hour worked. With passive income, you get paid again and again for the same effort. Example: spend 3 months creating an online course. Once it's live, hundreds or thousands of people can buy it over the next few years. The wealthy focus on creating assets that can be sold repeatedly without additional effort. Automate delivery. Automation is what keeps passive income passive. Use platforms like Amazon, Shopify, or Teachable to handle sales and delivery. Set up automated email campaigns to promote your products. Use scheduling tools to post content even when you're offline. The goal is to build a machine that works 24/7, even while you're asleep. Here's a quick story. A single mom started a YouTube channel teaching simple home cooking recipes. For months, she posted videos with little return. But after a year, one video went viral. Suddenly, ad revenue and sponsorships started pouring in, even when she wasn't uploading. That's the beauty of residual income. One breakthrough can change everything. Reinvest for growth. Wealthy people don't stop at their first passive stream. They reinvest profits into creating more. A YouTuber might launch a course. A course creator might write a book. A blogger might create a subscription newsletter. Each layer adds more income without adding more hours. Pitfalls to avoid. A quick warning: passive income is not instant income. It requires upfront effort, consistency, and patience. Many people quit too early because they don't see immediate results. Wealthy people understand that small, steady actions compound into massive payoffs over time. Think of passive income as planting seeds. At first, it feels slow, but if you nurture those seeds, creating content, improving your product, marketing smartly, they grow into a forest of income streams that provide for you year after year. Now you've learned all 5 streams of income the wealthy rely on. 1. Earned income. 2. Business income. 3. Investment income. 4. Real estate income. 5. Passive/residual income. The question isn't whether you can build these streams. It's which one you'll start with today. Here's the truth: you don't need to build all 5 streams at once. Start with one. Maybe it's negotiating a raise at work. Maybe it's starting a small side business. Maybe it's opening your first investment account. Every income stream you create makes you less dependent on a single source and more in control of your future. I'd love to know, which income stream are you starting first? Drop it in the comments and let's inspire each other. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. Subscribe for more practical financial advice. And share this with someone who needs a roadmap to freedom. Your future is waiting, and it's built one income stream at a time.